Seaweed has a way of carrying the spirit of the ocean into our bodies, not just through its taste but through the quiet strength of its nutrients. One of the areas where this shows most clearly is in heart health. At first glance, it may seem surprising that something so light and delicate could have such a powerful influence on the cardiovascular system, but when we look at the minerals and antioxidants inside seaweed, the picture becomes clear. With its natural potassium content, along with a host of protective compounds, seaweed acts like a gentle tide that steadies the heart, calming what could otherwise be stormy waters within the arteries. Potassium is one of seaweed's most valuable gifts for circulation. It works almost like a counterbalance to sodium, helping the body relax blood vessels and prevent unnecessary strain on the cardiovascular system. In modern diets, which often lean heavily toward high-sodium foods, potassium becomes a vital ally. Imagine the bloodstream as a river and the arteries as its banks. When sodium levels get too high, the current grows rougher and the banks become stressed. Potassium, however, calms the current, reducing pressure and creating a smoother, more stable flow. It is not an immediate dramatic effect, but a steady influence that, over time, supports healthier blood pressure and lessens the strain on the heart. Alongside potassium, seaweed also delivers a wealth of antioxidants that protect the delicate lining of the arteries from oxidative stress. The heart and blood vessels are constantly exposed to reactive oxygen molecules that can cause wear and tear, much like salt water can erode a ship if left unchecked. Antioxidants from seaweed, such as carotenoids and flavonoids, act like a protective coating, shielding the arteries from damage and keeping them more flexible. Flexibility in the vessels is crucial. It means they can adapt to changes in blood flow, easing pressure rather than resisting it. This helps prevent the kind of chronic stiffness that often underlies cardiovascular problems. Picture the arteries as a coastline, sometimes facing turbulent storms of stress, diet, and modern lifestyle habits. In this image, seaweed becomes the quiet force that calms those storms, smoothing the waves and protecting the shore. With its balance of minerals and antioxidants, it gives the cardiovascular system what it needs to remain resilient, flexible, and strong. It doesn't do this with loud fanfare, but rather in the subtle, steady way of the sea itself. People who include seaweed regularly in their diets may not notice the immediate impact, but over the years, this gentle influence may help the heart beat more freely, with less strain and more grace. What makes this so inspiring is how accessible it is. You don't need an elaborate program to support your heart, just the quiet addition of a food that has been part of coastal diets for centuries. A sprinkle of dried seaweed over a bowl of rice, a sheet of nori wrapped around vegetables, or a comforting broth with kombu can become simple rituals that, over time, contribute to cardiovascular resilience. In this way, seaweed feels almost like an ally from the ocean, offering its calming presence to keep stormy arteries at peace and to remind us that small, natural choices can create lasting harmony inside the body.